One perplexing question that newbie crypto investors have is what to invest in and how much to invest. Stay tuned. When you're just starting out in the cryptocurrency game, sometimes it seems a little bit daunting because there's so many options. There's so many altcoins. There's so many altcoins out there. And then there's Bitcoin. But then there's Bitcoin Cash, and there's Bitcoin Gold, and Bitcoin Green, and Bitcoin Purple. There's so many Bitcoins. Bitcoin Satoshi's vision. Why are there so many Bitcoins? Now, putting those crap coins aside, we can focus on Bitcoin because this is where most people actually put their money in for safekeeping. BTC. I'm not talking about BCH or BSV or any of those others. I'm talking about the tried and true Bitcoin, the store of wealth, the store of value, the gold standard for cryptocurrency. This is where most people put their hard-earned cash into Bitcoin because it is a store of value, and over the long term, it has proven time and time again that it will increase its value. Step number one, make sure that you have some Bitcoin. Now, I can't tell you how much to have, and I can't even make you buy Bitcoin. I can't even advise you to buy Bitcoin. But what I can say is that this is the sentiment of many, many, many cryptocurrency quote unquote experts. Take that with a grain of salt. But people trust Bitcoin. I trust Bitcoin as well. I'm putting my money into Bitcoin as well. I would advise anyone that is just getting into cryptocurrency. I would advise anyone to take a second, third, and fourth look at Bitcoin first before you look at any other cryptocurrencies. Now, that's not to cast aspersions upon any other cryptocurrency, because there's lots of projects out there that are pretty awesome, and some projects that I'm invested in as well. It's just fact. It's just fact that Bitcoin has performed stronger than any other cryptocurrency to date. And Bitcoin has the first mover advantage. And Bitcoin has proven itself year after year after year that it's it's becoming stronger and stronger as each year goes by. The knowledge of Bitcoin is increasing across the nation and across the world. People are becoming more and more aware of this asset, and this asset class has grown to where it is today from nothing, solely because of Bitcoin, largely because of BTC. Now, what should you do? Should you put all of your money into Bitcoin? Now, some people do this. Some people are what they call Bitcoin maximalists, and they will throw all of their money, 100% of their investment, into Bitcoin because they believe that Bitcoin in the end will be the only cryptocurrency standing. 50 years from now, 100 years from now, hundreds of years from now, Bitcoin will still be standing and nothing else will. Everything will be left in its wake, and that's the perception, the belief of Bitcoin maximalists. Now, I don't particularly agree with that. I think that there's room for other cryptocurrencies if they can convince people that their product is sound and safe and reliable, and that the use case is practical and believable and hopefully provable, then individuals will be attracted to that particular cryptocurrency project. Maybe not all people, but definitely a number of individuals will. What do you do with your money? Do you throw it all into the altcoins? Some people believe that that's the way to make the massive profits. Bitcoin is not going to triple overnight, but some of these altcoins will. If you throw your investment at the right one at the right time, you might be able to cash in big time. However, with those opportunities for sick gains also comes opportunity for you to have sick losses, the type that will make you sick. You have to look at things practically and objectively to make those type of decisions. I definitely couldn't advise and wouldn't want to advise anybody on throwing all of their hard-earned cash at random altcoins. Make sure you do your own research to find out which ones you think are going to go to the moon. Now we'll do some videos in the coming weeks on some of my picks for the rest of 2020 for the fourth quarter. But for right now, we're just going to focus on generalizing the cryptocurrency marketplace. I don't advise anybody to throw all of their money into altcoins. I don't advise anybody to throw all of their money into Bitcoin either. Bitcoin is the safe bet. It's the conservative bet, but it's not going to get you the huge gains that you might get if you invest in altcoins. So for that reason, I think a healthy portfolio should be balanced between Bitcoin, that's BTC, and the rest of the cryptocurrency world, which is what we call altcoins. Now, what is a healthy ratio? What is a healthy balance? Well, if we look at the crypto market and we look at, if we take a look at what Bitcoin is doing right now, we can see that the Bitcoin dominance is down to about 60%. And if we just kind of take a peek at what it's done over time, it just so happens that Bitcoin dominance is about 60% right now. I'm comfortable with having about 70%. 70% of my investment, my total investment in Bitcoin, about 30% is more risk tolerant. So I would put about 30% into altcoins. Now, as you know, I promote the dollar cost averaging approach to cryptocurrency investing. So I'm not going to change that. That's what I follow, and that's what I believe over the long run is going to allow investors, that's you and me, to have some really astounding gains over time because the consistency will pay off. You can just think of the tortoise and the hare, right? Consistent in the end is going to get you across the finish line sooner than others who are a little bit more reckless and not paying as close attention to detail. To dollar cost average, you have to pay attention to the details. It's on cruise control, but you have to pay attention to the details to make sure that everything is locked into the right place. What I would say is consider having a portfolio that is no less than 50% invested in Bitcoin. You don't really want to, I wouldn't really advise anybody to have less than 50% in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to continuously give you gains over time. Now, as these smaller cryptocurrency projects, they rise and they fall, they have their day in the sun and then they fall by the wayside. We've seen so many cryptocurrency projects that have broken into the top 10 and then they've slowly faded out. This has happened year after year after year. And who remains at the top? The same big daddy of them all that has always been here, and that is Bitcoin. So having less than 50% is probably not advisable, and it's up to you from there. How much risk are you willing to take? Because Bitcoin is volatile itself, but altcoins are much, much more volatile. A little swing in the price of Bitcoin, the market cap of Bitcoin, can make hundreds and hundreds of altcoins triple the size of the swing, whether up or down. And you have to be ready for that. You have to be willing to stomach those gains and losses that you'll see throughout the year as these altcoins begin to mature. Now, they're not going to catch up to the maturity of Bitcoin, but in that maturation process, you're going to see those big, gigantic swings. And that's what attracts a lot of investors. What attracts them is the chance to catch one of those uptrends all the way to the moon and then cash out. So, when we're thinking about altcoins, I would say anywhere from 50 to 20% invested in altcoins. You want to have a little bit, you want to consider having a little bit of your investment in altcoins because of the potential. If you pick the right one, the potential for massive gains is just, you just can't ignore that at all. You have to consider that as an investor to help you turbocharge and boost your investment goals. Anywhere from 50% to 80% invested in Bitcoin and 50% to 20% invested in altcoins. Somewhere along that range is what I would say might look like a healthy portfolio in cryptocurrency. Now, what do you think? Do you have a different perspective on how much to allocate for each? How much to allocate for Bitcoin versus cryptocurrency projects that are altcoins? What do you suggest? You have a different way of looking at things? Are you more risk adverse, or are you more of a conservative cryptocurrency investor? If you have an idea, put it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, stay smart, stay in the black.